Still got a case of the Super Bowl hangover. Well, I wouldn't blame you. It was an amazing game, full of offense, back and forth. But in the end, all was right with the world. Good triumphed over evil. It's something I didn't think would happen in the NFL, but it did. And the Eagles fought against crooked Brady and his crooked officials, who gave the Patriots 23 points with those bogus holding calls against Philly. But they fought above that, came back, and won the Super Bowl. The Eagles won the Super Bowl. That is a very shocking statement, and not because the whole underdog thing. I've never bought that BS, but the Eagles, they were the first time champions. We never. When's the last time we've actually seen a first time champion in the NFL? It's been a while. Well, it hasn't been that long, but it had been like forever since we actually seen a team win a Super Bowl for the first time ever. You know, and it was that's what made this great. That's why I was so happy for the Eagles. Not just they could beat the most corrupt team in all the sports, but they won the Lombardi Trophy for the first time ever. This was Philly's first NFL championship overall since 1960. Remember, this was before Super Bowls. Before the Super Bowls, the NFL championship was the championship. And the Eagles beat the Packers, who were the dominant team in the 60s, 17-13 in that game to win the NFL championship. And for the city of Philadelphia as a whole, it is their first professional sports championship in 10 years, since the Phillies won the World Series in 2008 over the Rays. This was Sunday night was their third chance. Phillies went back to the World Series in '09 and lost to the Yankees. And in 2010, the Flyers played for the Stanley Cup, lost to the Blackhawks. And what can we say about Nick Foles that hasn't been repeated over and over? He showed out. I mean, he showed Brady how it's done. I mean, let's face it, we could add him and Wentz to the list of quarterbacks that are better than Brady. A list that is topped by, of course, the bad man. Of course, who we all know wouldn't have fumbled away the Super Bowl like Brady did. I mean, let's face it, Brady lost that game on his own. He had a chance, and he fumbled the ball, and Philly got it back. He literally lost that game on his own. Simple. And so yeah, but mainly this was great. This Super Bowl was the NFL equivalent of Stone Cold beating the corporation, or more recently Daniel Bryan beating the authority. Like I said, the Eagles beat the most corrupt team in sports, and trust me, the refs tried to give this game to New England, but Philly, Nick Foles, and Doug Peterson wouldn't have it. Doug Peterson, an ex-Packer who was a backup quarterback behind Brett Favre. Philly fought against the system, they fought against the establishment, and they won fair and square. Never thought you'd see that in football with the Patriots' crooked ways, but it's happened. And now Brady will never see another Super Bowl because he's in his 40s, and Big Ben's going to take his dominance in the AFC back. And while I watched that Super Bowl, my thoughts shifted to something a lot of people had in their minds during the second half, when Philly actually held on and won. Of course, we had to think about the Falcons. Falcons, this could have been you. This really could have been you, Atlanta. You had that game last year. You were up 28-3, but instead of continuing to play, you sat back and relished the league and basically asked the trophy to come to you. Come to Papa. They were celebrating, and what happened after that? They stopped scoring. They blew it, and right after the Patriots created that comeback, you can pretty much hear the whole city of Atlanta going, see the Lombardi Trophy going, well, goodbye. We'll never see you again because our quarterback is a schmuck and our entire offense is Julio Jones. But yeah, Philly did it. Philly did it. And it was fitting that I made that Daniel Bryan reference because look at Nick Foles. He kind of looks like Daniel Bryan. Yes. But and he got a well-deserved MVP. Though I think if he didn't get it, it could have easily went to the player who caught Brady, who recovered Brady's fumble. But yeah, he definitely earned his stripes. He earned his stripes. I mean, the man, all he did was win the Super Bowl, which means Philly has a hell of a quarterback conundrum in the 7 months leading to the beginning of the season when they opened the season on that Thursday in September in Philly. You know, that's what you get from winning the Super Bowl. And who are they going to go with? Are they going to go with the guy who would have most likely been the MVP if he stayed healthy, or are they going to go with the guy who came in, took over for that good quarterback's job, and kicked ass and won a Super Bowl? Decisions. It's a good problem to have. It's a good problem to have. The probable Super Bowl, the probable NFL MVP, or the definite Super Bowl MVP. We'll see how that goes the coming months. But in some other NFL news, ugh, I have to talk about this. What the fuck is wrong with the Chiefs? Okay, I'm still pissed off about this. You all heard the story. They traded Alex Smith. They traded Alex Smith to Washington. To me, that says, yeah, Andy Reid screwed up the game, but we're going with our confused coach instead of our MVP caliber, championship caliber quarterback. No hard feelings. They just sent him to a cesspool of a team who has more problems other than its racist name. So, I don't know what to say, except Kansas City, you just handed the division to the Chargers. Philip Rivers is going to celebrate next season because they're going to win the division. They almost won the division this past year. They started 0-4. So anyway, but yeah, that's what went on in other NFL news. And of course, the thing about the Super Bowl is it's so exciting. It's such an exciting day. One tends to forget that this ends the season. But it's going to be a very interesting offseason. I mean, moves have been made. Matt Patricia is already off to Motor City to coach the Lions. That means you have to deal with him twice a year now. And they say Gronk is mulling over his future. He's not even 30, but there's talk of retirement. So I don't think he's going to retire. I'll believe that when I see it. And like I said, Brady's not seeing another Super Bowl ever again because Big Ben's the best quarterback in the AFC. He's going to prove it when he represents the AFC Super Bowl 53 against the real man who wears his jersey. But yeah. So it's been 2 days. I'm still giddy about this. I mean, not only because the Patriots lost and got what they deserved, but Philly finally won. I mean, you gotta love first-time champions. I mean, it started to be a trend in sports. I mean, just months ago, baseball crowned the first ever crowns a first-time champion with the Astros finally won the World Series for the first time in franchise history. Now Philly has a Super Bowl, and here's another fun fact about Philly. Philly's one of 13 U.S. markets, 14 North American markets, counting Toronto, that has all four sports. Philly has teams in all four major sports. They became the fifth city with Sunday's win. They became the fifth city to have won all four of the major trophies: the NBA championship, World Series, the Stanley Cup, and now the Super Bowl. The other four: L.A., Boston, New York, Chicago. And with Philly's win, the NFC East became the first of the 8 divisions to have every team win a Super Bowl. Because Dallas is 5, Giants are 4, and Washington is 3. Now Philadelphia's Georgia Crown. And as for Brady, he's 1-3. Brady is 1-3 in Super Bowls against NFC East. And look at Brady. Brady has lost Super Bowls to the other Manning brother and a backup quarterback. So Brady being the GOAT is obviously up for huge debate. Especially since a certain GOAT in Lambeau beat a future Hall of Famer in the Super Bowl 7 years ago today. But I digress. So anyway, that's my recap of the Super Bowl. It was a great game. Great, amazing game. High scoring, only one punt. And it was the winning team who punted. That's the thing. You can't make up stuff like this. But And of course, like I said, I have to mention Roger Goodell had to be sick to his stomach having to give that trophy to a team that's not his Patriots. So yeah, that's where we recap the Super Bowl. The month of March is coming in a few weeks. I'll be back on March the 1st when NHL March Madness starts, and I'll recap everything in the NHL entering that month. Until until then, congratulations to the Eagles and have a good and wonderful afternoon.